Hi Capricorn, welcome to your monthly reading for February 2024. Thank you as always to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the videos and subscribes to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. So these are the oracle decks I'll be using for today's reading. Yes, as you can see, the beautiful creatures deck is actually a tarot deck. But it's feeling like an oracle deck for me at this point in time, so I'm going to use it as that. As you may know, we're in Aquarius season at present. The sun is in Aquarius. This gave me Aquarian vibes for whatever reason. A few of the themes that we can get with Aquarian energy are innovation, doing things differently, doing things in a new way. So for me, I mean, it's not the first time I've done it with a tarot deck, but for me, using a tarot deck as an oracle deck, it's doing things in a little bit of a different way. Also, in relation to Aquarius, we had some major astrological transits relating to Pluto and Aquarius during the weekend of the 20th, 21st of January. Pluto entered Aquarius after being in your sign for 15 years. And it's basically a new era now that Pluto's shifted into Aquarius. It's a new era for everybody collectively and individually. I mean, Pluto will shift retrograde back in and out of Aquarius a couple of times. Once or twice, I can't remember exactly now without checking the diary throughout the year, but might be once actually. But for the most part, we are now in Aquarius era, in an Aquarius era. I did a video, I've done a video on that. If you haven't already seen it and you're interested, I'll put a link to that on the end screen of this video. But in that video, so it was for the full moon in Leo that happened on the 25th of January. But in that video, I also did individual messages for each zodiac sign specifically relating to Pluto entering Aquarius, and also there was a conjunction between the Sun and Pluto in your sign in Capricorn just before it left Aquarius as well. And that information that could be relevant for the next cycle, for the next couple of decades, because as I say, it's a big, when Pluto shifts, it is a massive change. Anyway, we're going to get into your reading. I'm going to start off with a message from this deck first, the beautiful creatures, then we'll get a power of surrender card as well. So what does Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Rising need to know for February 2024? I have my mic tangled up everywhere, so just bear with me a second. Right. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for February, what do you guys need to know? And to be frank, so Aquarius would have felt the shifts massively because it's going into their sign. But you, as a Capricorn, you may have felt the shifts as well, because it's like everything's shifting out of your sign and going into a different sign, especially that conjunction between the Sun and Pluto that happened at the last degree and the last minute of Capricorn. You may have had a real rough time, to be frank. I mean, feel free to share your experiences in the comment section if you want to, or by email if you want to share it privately. But you may have been through a really rough 15 years, or part of that time might have been rough. But, you know, feel free to let us know if you feel the change of Pluto leaving. Right, anyway, let's get your main theme. First of all, so main theme for Capricorn. So you've got, ooh, is that the devil? Yeah, the habit, the dependency, that's the devil. Well, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Right, so yeah, 15, the habit, it is the devil in traditional tarot, but because I'm using it as an oracle deck, I'm going to take their interpretation more literally. Yeah, as I said, because of Pluto shifting out of your planet, and the sun shifting out of your planet as well, and the conjunction that happened, because the conjunctions amplify the sign and planet, don't they? So, and Pluto is to do with transformation. You might have felt, even if you haven't made any changes, you might have felt a need to let go of things, to let go of certain things. But we'll have a look at that. So that has gone blurred, hasn't it? That is so annoying when that happens. And it's more annoying when I don't realise it's happened, and then if I have to play a video back and I see it, it's still doing it, isn't it? If I have to play the video back and I see it's blurred while I'm talking for 2 minutes, it winds me up, but what can I do? Well, yes, I could get better camera equipment. Yeah, when I can, I will, but not right now. So let's get you a Power of Surrender card. What else does Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Rising need to know? That's interesting. That is very interesting, because that is part of devil energy, isn't it? So you also have surrender, obsessive thinking, and the devil, and devil is up as in a lower vibration, is connected with obsession, whether it is obsessive thinking, obsessive habits, addictions, that sort of thing. But the word specifically obsession does come to mind with the devil card in the tarot. So it says, if you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. Right, so I'm going to get your tarot cards out first of all, and then I'll read this message from the book. I do know what the devil card means. I should do, after doing tarot for so long. I do know what it means. And obviously anyone who follows tarot, or you're a reader yourself, you'll know what it means. But obviously each tarot deck has its own interpretation. So yeah, let's get your tarot cards out, and then we'll get on with it all. So for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising, again, for the main theme or focal point, what do we need to know for February 2024? Try that again. I'm sure that was the devil that kind of peeked out of the deck then. I won't be surprised if it comes out. You've got the Knight of Swords. Do you have something to get off your chest? Because the surrender, obsessive thinking, with the Knight of Swords coming out, that could be an indicator that there's something that you need to get off your chest, to get off your mind. I feel like set your mind free, which is a really weird thing to say, but that's coming into my mind. So your energy specifically, I will not be shocked if the devil came out here. That hasn't. Hang on. Let's put these back. That was very chaotic. Yeah, I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if the devil comes out for your energy, because if there's something that is making you feel a bit stuck, then yeah, that's a possibility. But let's see. Right. Capricorn's energy, Magician. That's communication as well. So you've got two cards of communication here. I mean, obviously the Magician, the devil's on my mind now. The Magician can be manifestation as well, but it is also communication too. It is Mercury energy and Virgo energy as well. Okay. I don't know if there's something in terms of someone's communication skills that is relevant here. Let's see what else comes up. Let's look at the external energy. You've got the Three of Pentacles. Let's look at the past energy. Page of Pentacles. Current, present energy. Nope. I mean, it did try to come out and then it flipped back that way onto my leg, the Five of Wands. Your cards are kind of chaotic actually, so it really does make me think if there's something someone wants to get off their chest. Current, present energy. We have the Two of Wands. Potential future energy. Six of Pentacles, Four of Cups. I'm just pausing because that Kylie Minogue song, and I'm not like a fan of Kylie Minogue, or I don't hate her, but I'm not a fan of her. I just can't get you out of my head is on. And I'm not saying it, I mean, for some it could be about a person, or it could be just, you know, when you ruminate over something and you literally can't get it out of your head. It could be that. Oh, that song is so, it's one of those songs where once you hear it, it's like a broken record in your mind. You can't get it out. It's just got a very, I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I'm pretty neutral about the song, to be honest, but it's got a repetitive, it's repetitive, isn't it? So once you hear it, that's all you can hear of the song is I just can't get you out of my head. Yeah, that's going to probably bother me through the rest of the reading now. But anyway, let's get your guidance. Seven of Swords. Does somebody have something that they need to get off their chest? Because the Seven of Swords, it's things that are kept hidden in the shadows. Sometimes it can be a bit of a risk. Like if there's something you need to say, it might feel like a risk saying it, or action you need to take. Sometimes for me it can be escape, but that question, is there something someone needs to get off their mind? Anyway, or get off their chest. I'd say get it off your mind with that song playing in my head. So, right, let's move the certain cards out of the way and I'll get the book and read the dependency card. I feel like it's not blurred, is it? It might be, I can't tell at the minute. Hopefully it's not. Right, let's read the habit for you. So it says, hi, you must be my next victim. Oops, I mean my friend. Hey, ever heard of that saying about old habits dying hard? Here, try this. Let's see how hard your habits die. And as it says, the keyword is dependency. So it says, stranded, lost and alone in a dark and secluded area is a young female angel who has indulged in some heavy and dangerous temptations. Life was perfect for her when she lived in a pink house with a white picket fence, all while taking care of a loving family who needed her more than anything. One night, in order to help out others who were in need of guidance and protection, a devilish cat appeared to her and asked her to try a drug so delicious. After giving in, she tried it and has never looked back. As a punishment from her superior, she has been asked to go far away where she will have no contact or company with any living creature except for the company of the evil cat who got her into the mess in the beginning. But all is not lost. Her only salvation is to detach from the company of the cat, and all will return to normal. But for now, she is a slave to her addiction. Giving major Adam and Eve vibes, isn't it? To a certain extent, with the cat giving her a drug, but also Lilith as well. Black Moon Lilith vibes as well. Yeah. Yeah. Garden of Eden vibes, but Black Moon Lilith because, well, if you want to look that up, look it up. I won't get into it in this particular reading. But anyway, so the card upright in a reading, it says, this card indicates that you are being led in the wrong direction, a direction that has no good consequences whatsoever. Should you proceed down this path, you will find yourself a slave to addictions that will never let you rest. If you develop bad habits, it will take a very long time for you to overcome these patterns. You may also find yourself depending on others, worst of all, living off them. In the end, once an addiction has developed, whether it's drugs, sex, or of another variety, mercy and salvation will seem very far away and difficult to attain. But with willpower and self-control, you can fight being a victim to your addictions. I think it takes a little bit more than willpower and self-control, depending on the addiction, but yeah. Anyway, it says, when reversed, this card is a good omen and is telling you that you are slowly becoming able to untie yourself from your addictions. You've opened your eyes and now you are realizing the harm it is causing you or may cause in the future. God, that was quite heavy actually, wasn't it? So let me just have a look at that obsessive thinking card again. There really could be something, I mean, somebody could be keeping something to themselves that they need to get off their chest. Again, that communication issues or patterns might be a thing as well. But yeah, there could also be a way of thinking. There could be something about a way of thinking or a particular thought about a situation that might not be right, to be honest. Or helpful. It might be a negative thinking pattern. It might be a misguided view of something, possibly. Right, I'm going to have to clarify all of this because this is, yeah, it's a lot. So let's have a look at, first of all, that Knight of Swords. That is, as I say, communication is the number one word, isn't it, with the Knight of Swords? What do we need to know about this Knight of Swords for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Interesting how the King of Swords is in here. Right, we've got, okay, I know what this is, you know. I had a feeling, but I didn't want to say it without getting clarified. So I'm just going to get one more card. Let's get one more. Okay, yeah. I will look at some of them or one or two of them alone, but overall, with this Knight of Swords, it's a need to speak out. To be frank, it's blatantly a need to speak out. There's a need to have courage to communicate something or share something, and it's either standing up for something or fighting for something. If you do speak up, speak out on whatever it is, it can literally change everything. It can literally change everything, and change everything as in there's something that you may go towards that's possibly better for you, or at least different anyway. Even if it's not better, it's different with that Wheel of Fortune. But there's also something that will be left behind too. And I suppose if you're holding back on what you want to say, that might be why you're holding back. If there's something that has to end through what you say, so it could be anything, couldn't it? I'm going to look at the Seven of Wands, and probably the Death card as well, and probably the Wheel of Fortune as well, just to be nosy. But yeah, right, Seven of Wands. I mean, that's standing up for what's right, isn't it? Basically, whatever that means to you, whether it is to do with a particular situation where something dodgy is going on and you're kind of standing up and speaking out for what's right. So that could happen in there's a number of situations that could happen in work, families, whatever, friendships. It could be in terms of a relationship where you feel like something's not right in that relationship and you know there's a risk if you speak out that it could end. There could be an ultimatum, things could end, etc. But it's a need to stand up for what's right. Anything else for that Seven of Wands? Same thing, needing to stand up for what's for the best. In this Six of Wands, it's like it's beneficial for everyone by the looks of it. Like you've got this, I feel like this is the Queen of Wands in this Six of Wands card. It's not, I don't think it is, but it feels like the energy of me, of the Queen of Wands. It's like you're successful and you're doing something that's for the benefit of everyone around. So yeah, I'll leave that there. Let me just get one more. There's just something about it that gives a vibe of trying to do the right thing by speaking out. Yeah, it restores harmony. It may not seem it at the time. It might even cause a tower, but it's for the greater, it's like almost for the greater good or for the good of whoever's involved. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune. One more. Right. Okay. So with the Wheel of Fortune, again, speaking out, speaking up, standing up for what's right, it leads you to a path that is, it's more valuable. It's something that you value more and that you will probably feel more valuable within as well. And there's something that will be probably fulfilling about it. It's more, I'd say it's more honorable and in alignment with you as well. The Nine of Wands there, that kind of indicates what I said, where it could be a tower moment though. If you speak out, it could potentially cause it. I know it's not a tower, but that Nine of Wands there, it's probably not something easy, and it's something where you could it could be a bit of a fight, to be honest. Not a literal fight. Well, who knows? But yeah, it's not something easy. It doesn't look like it's anything easy. So the obsessive thinking can be the deciding whether to, like, maybe you've thought about speaking out for a long time and it's just like, I don't know if I should, I don't know how, you know, that kind of thing where you've been, I said rumination, didn't I, at the beginning at some point, where you ruminate over something. Should I, shouldn't I? Let's have a look at the Death card. Well, one thing that will end is whatever this is, like, well, first of all, if you've had to keep your thoughts to yourself, speaking up frees you. It ends this mental torture. Let's see what else comes out. No longer having to bite your tongue if you felt trapped in a situation. It frees you from that as well. Unfortunately, I don't know why I'm getting something about somebody. If you are in a situation where you've been manipulated or kind of emotionally abused or anything along those kind of lines, it frees you from that. Let me get one after that Five of Pentacles. It might free you from feeling left out in the cold, and I know that's a weird way to think of things, but you know, okay, yeah, that's good. You know, like if you were in a, shall I use a romantic relationship as an example? You know, like in a relationship where you felt trapped and it just was a very unhealthy situation where, I don't know if anyone's ever had the experience I have, where you've been in a relationship and you've literally felt completely alone. You've felt left out of the cold in that relationship. You've been given the silent treatment. You've been pushed away. You can't communicate with the person. If you make any suggestions, if you try to talk to the person, they don't want to hear it. They're just in denial of any problems. They don't want to make any effort to fix it. You're already out in the cold, aren't you? It's like you can't get more out of the cold. Even if you leave the relationship, you can't get more out of feel more out in the cold. It's that kind of energy. But yeah, so with the Death card, it could change things. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. But as I say, it kind of frees you. Like even if it was a work situation where you were being mistreated or something like that in a workplace environment, like bullying or anything along those lines, or there was favoritism or something and you spoke out about it, it's sort of one way or another, it frees you from being left out in the cold. And I know for some people, speaking up about situations at work in particular, you can end up losing your job. But obviously there would be financial issues around that. Obviously for some you might have savings and you'd be all right until you find another job. For some, if you lose it, you're screwed, to put it quite bluntly. But it is for your highest good, if that makes sense, with the star showing up there. And yeah, I know it sounds a bit weird to say, oh, if it leaves you in financial problems, and obviously each person's situation is different, and you still have to use your discernment in how you approach things. You know, you can't just take everything a reader says to heart, whether it is me, anybody else, whatever. You have to make your own decisions based on your own circumstances. But there's something freeing about speaking out here. So I'll leave that and let's move on. So yeah, overall I need to speak out. It's that one, isn't it? I think the Magician. Okay, let me clarify the Magician before I say what I'm going to say. I'll say the first thing I thought was, it's sort of telling you that if you're concerned about speaking out, whether it is to do with confidence or whether you're concerned about the outcome or whatever, you can do this. You do have the power to do this. Try that. Should I try that again? Yeah, I'm going to try that again. So it would have been the Five of Swords and the Hermit. That may be speaking of that you need to speak out to just free yourself with the cards that just came out. Free yourself from any conflicts. Right, Magician. It's back. The Seven of Swords. It's it feels risky. It may feel risky communicating whatever you need to communicate, but he's back again. The Knight of Swords. It looks like it's really needed. Whatever this is, it's needed. It's something that can't stay in the shadows. I mean, you can try and keep it in the shadows. I don't know what impact that will have on you, but or the situation, but it's encouragement to let it out, whatever it is. That's where you're held back. I will take the Devil, but I'm not going to take, what was this, Eight of Pentacles? I'm not going to take that. I mean, that is just indicating that it's being held back, to be honest. But it's like, you can do this. I don't know why it's come up this particular way, but it's like you can do it, even if you're feeling reluctant for any reason. I'm going to take the ones that are upright and put these back. So you've got the Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles. I would say with the Knight of Cups, it's kind of like, for some of you, it would be speaking from the heart, whatever that means. Like you say, if you've had an issue with a friend or a family member or something, and there's sort of thoughts and feelings you've kept to yourself, it's that. It might be that someone needs to share their dream with someone. That comes to mind, or whatever it is their heart wants, they need to share that with someone. Page of Pentacles for me indicates that it's a case of once you share what you say, what you have to say, or share what you have to share, there might be something about starting again or starting from scratch. But let me look at the Page of Pentacles. Hierophant. Three of Swords. The vibe I'm getting from this, it's a weird one. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Literally nothing ventured, nothing gained. I mean, there may be fears around getting hurt within a situation. But as I say, it looks like nothing ventured, nothing gained. And the Hierophant here, because it's in reverse, it's about upright. It is the structure that's already there, the rules that are already there, the status quo, the standard that's already there. But in reverse, it's kind of an indication. Again, it's that whole, well, if you don't try something new, something different, again, there is obviously something to communicate here in relation to that. Then, yep, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I can't put it any other way, to be honest with you. Was I going to look at anything else? No. Right, we'll leave it there. Okay, yeah, we'll leave it there. Let's look at the Three of Pentacles. That's an external energy, so that tells me that if you're willing to speak up on whatever it is, you can make things work better for you in your life in general. I am hearing the words, looking at that Page of Pentacles, I'm looking as a past energy, I'm hearing the words, I can't, but I can't do it. Okay, I did, yeah. That's what I heard in my head when I was looking at that. Three of Pentacles. You've got the Emperor, the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. Let's get one more. Page of Wands. Let me get one for the Four of Swords. It's reluctance. It's like that taking a pause or not doing anything because of concerns about, I would say with the Magician there, well, there's if it's worth it with the Seven of Pentacles. Right, start from the beginning. Four of Swords, not doing anything. Thinking about it, possibly that obsessive thinking, not doing anything about it. The Hanged Man, similar energy, thinking about it, maybe overthinking possibly as well, to the point where it's like you're looking for a perfect solution and it's like there's no perfect solution. You just got to say what you got to say and take it from there. As I say, is it worth it? Is it physically worth it? Will I get the result, the external result that I want from this? Can I make it work? Do I have the power to make this work with the Magician? Let me get one for, there might be a fear of rejection here with the Five of Pentacles. It's almost like, though, with the Emperor, it's like, I feel like that's you, and it's like, well, you have the power, though, you have the power to do this, but you got to speak up on it. There's reluctance, again, with that Page of Wands, a reluctance to go down the, oh, it's control. Let me clarify the Emperor. I think it's a desire to want to be in control, but it's like, if you're willing to open up, you can make this work for you. Instead of using that power to control things, to control the situation, possibly overly controlling because you're worried about what will happen. Use that power to deal with whatever does happen. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. Use that strength and that power to deal with any challenges, because, yeah, you've got the Magician there again as well. Like, the Magician is capable of dealing with any situation, isn't he? So the Emperor, the Magician can deal with whatever comes up. He'll figure it out. He's got the tools. He can figure out how to resolve any problems that might come up. Yeah, again, it's just encouraging you. Still that nothing ventured, nothing gained kind of energy. You have the choice, but you can do this. You can open up. You can say what you have to say, do what you need to do, but it's the powers in your hands. I know I say that quite a lot, but it's the powers in your hands. You can do this. You could make it work one way or another. Even if something comes up that is not what you expect or exactly how you want, you still have the power to course correct or to do it differently, to do things differently if it doesn't go the way you want. So I'm going to put these back. So as I said, with that Page of Pentacles, I kept on hearing, but I can't do it when I looked at it. So let's see what comes up for that. What do we need to know about the Page of Pentacles? You might have, okay, let's clarify it first before I jump to assumptions again. Yeah, that's a reluctance. That's reluctance again. It's coming up a lot. Obviously, the Death card came up, so it was saying that by speaking up on something, it's like you have to go towards something new, which was the Wheel of Fortune. You have to leave something behind with the Death card that was there. Reluctance, again, I can't do it. I can't leave whatever that is behind. I might clarify that just to be nosy. I don't know what that noise was then. That was weird. Anything else? Six of Wands. Four of Wands. Bear with me. See if I can get this without ripping the card to shreds. We have the Ace of Cups, and I can't tell if it was in reverse or not, so it's going to be upright. I think it was in reverse, actually, if I'm being honest. I might clarify it on its own just to check. Okay, let's look at the Eight of Cups to see if it gives us specifics. Yeah, it's still that limbo energy of, but I can't do it. I can't leave something behind and change things, go towards whatever is new. There's a big concern about the outcome with the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands. There's strong concerns about the outcome going in your favor. Not surprised to have that. You know, obviously we do want everything to go in our favor, really, but everything in life is not guaranteed, is it? Concerns about being successful or how success will follow or not follow. Let's have a look at the Ace of Cups. I'm convinced that should have been in reverse, you know. Because to me, that's almost like, yeah, it's not following your heart. It was meant to be in reverse. You've got the Five of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. It's kind of, I'm going to put it in reverse because it's meant to be. It's holding back either on your heart's desires or what's beneficial for you, something to that. If something honorable, it would be honorable. This is past energy, by the way. So this, obviously, this has been relevant in the past, whether the past means a week ago, a month ago, or longer than that. But it's kind of like not honoring how you feel. If you're feeling something's not right, or you're feeling or have felt like something needed to change, it's like avoiding that. It feels like self-sabotage with that Five of Swords, and even with the Four of Pentacles. It's wanting to be safe, which is completely understandable. We all want to stay where it's safe, don't we? But sometimes we can't. Sometimes you have to move on. Do I want to get one more? No, you know, I'll leave it. I will leave it. So we're going to look at your present energy. So in the past, it is that energy of I can't do it. I can't. Two of Wands. So in the present, it's the choice. It's you're probably aware that you have the choice. Well, yeah, I would say you're aware that you have the choice. But let's see what else comes up for that. I mean, I'll be honest. As a future energy, it still looks like it does still look like reluctance. To be honest, like not really making moves. But let's see what happens in the Two of Wands. So you've got the Star. I think you know what you want or what you want to do, to be honest. You may not be acting on it, but I think with that Star, it's like I know what my guiding light is, or my you know, what the path is that I want to follow. Nine of Pentacles can be a comfort zone, to be honest, but we'll see what else comes out. So yeah, Seven of Pentacles, is it worth it? Again, it's asking the question, is it worth it? Hierophant and the World. That's the, you know you want something new. You know you want to wrap up an old cycle and go into a new one. Let's old habits die hard. I don't know if it said it in the book for that. I can't remember now, but it probably did say old habits die hard, but that's just come to mind again with this. Let's look at the star just to see if it gives us anything specific. Bloody hell. Well, the King of Pentacles came out here. So for me, that tells me that for some of you, this probably relates to your practical success. There's something you want to speak out about with regard to that. For some, it could be relating to your stability as well. Let's get one more. Try that again. We have Temperance. The thing I'm getting from Temperance, I'm not going to take that because that was chaotic, is what you want is whatever it is that feels right. I know that sounds really ambiguous, but that's what I'm getting from the Temperance card. It's what feels right to you, what will bring you more of a sense of peace and harmony. If you're in a situation now where, well, clearly there's something where you're not feeling a sense of peace. It's just wanting that peace. What feels valuable to you? And something about where you feel valued as well is a possibility for some of you, right? Nine of Pentacles, I said that can be a comfort zone again. It's the choice, isn't it? It's the choice between going for what you want or staying in the comfort zone, but still asking, you know, having the questions, is it worth it? Let's look at the Hierophant. The comfort zone is where you don't change anything, isn't it? The Hanged Man. These cards are coming out really weird. So Hierophant again. The King of Wands. I feel like the Hierophant is it's kind of learning at this point in the reading. It's learning to you might be learning to think, to see a different perspective, or to think differently about what it is you want or what it is you want to do. Because of that Hanged Man there, and we know that it can be about perspectives, it can be about surrender. You've got the King of Wands, who is about taking action and being proactive. Whatever he desires, he's proactive with it. Page of Cups can be vulnerability. You may be learning that in the present somehow. Learning to be vulnerable, learning to take action on whatever you desire or whatever you want to do. And just seeing the different perspectives and learning how to surrender to whatever it is that you want, so that you can go into a new cycle. But as I say, there's two choices. You've got two paths. You've got the path of going for it, basically. And then you've got the path of staying in the comfort zone, but there's still, it's almost like, you know, like I think I've said it before, I don't know if it was in Pisces reading or whatever, that once you know what your heart wants, you can't unknow. And there'll always be a question over that of, is it worth it? Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Or if you miss the opportunity, you know, it's like the one that got away kind of energy, isn't it? There's always a question over it if you don't try to, like, at least if you try to get what you want and it goes to shit and doesn't work, you can say, oh, well, I tried and it didn't work. And then you can kind of make peace with it and have closure. But if you never tried or you never had a proper chance, it's either very hard or it takes a really long time to get over that, especially when you feel really strongly about it. Obviously, if it's just some minor thing, it's not as big. But if it's something really big, it takes a long time to get over that, doesn't it? Where you just sort of thinking, oh, I can't believe I didn't do that, or, you know, I should have done that. So we'll leave that there. But as I say, it looks like you might be learning, or at least at the very least contemplating giving in to speaking out on whatever it is. Let's clarify the Four of Cups and Six of Pentacles. So as much as I said, it still looks like there's no action. It might be, I mean, the Six of Pentacles is in reverse. So that to me states that there's no physical action. You know, it could be that it could be a work in progress that you want to take action, but there's none. But the Four of Pentacles in reverse, that is where Well, upright, it's obviously where you're not doing anything and you're just feeling it, thinking it. You might be feeling apathetic, etc., stuck, whatever. In reverse, that's kind of where you're kind of coming out of that feeling, aren't you? Like you don't want to be stuck anymore. You don't want to be obsessing over certain feelings or thoughts anymore. So although there's no physical action, in the future, as I already said, you're probably learning how to come out of that. But let's see. So 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. Sorry, 4 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. The Tower. Oh my God, the cards are coming out so weird, Capricorn. I don't know what's going on here. Right, you've got the Queen of Wands. I'm going to take the 9 of Cups in reverse because I think it's meant to be in reverse. Okay, so let's clarify the Tower. I feel like this is like it's an internal change. It feels like an internal change. I know the Tower's usually some massive, I mean, it can be like epiphanies and stuff for me and awakening and stuff, but it feels more like an internal change where you become more ready to speak out or to pursue whatever it is that you want. There's that sense of willing to take a risk. Even there might be anxiety there, but the desire is so strong that it's like almost willing. I mean, look at her face. She looks so mischievous. In this particular tarot card, she looks really mischievous. So it's like willing to tear everything down, to take a risk, to risk it all to get what you want. You've got the Queen of Wands there. She's very inspired. She goes for what she wants. 9 of Cups for me, it is in reverse, but it's sort of, it's that work in progress energy where although you may not have literally taken action to get what you want, you are in the pursuit. It is a work in progress. You're ready to honor how you feel. So yeah, future wise, I don't know if it doesn't look like you will take action. It looks more like a work in progress. It's just dealing with the feelings and the thoughts at that point in time before you actually speak out. So let's look at the 7 of Swords and see what comes up for that. That's your guidance. You have the Magician, the King of Cups, the 4 of Cups. It's being willing to take a risk, to be honest, with the 7 of Swords. You can't stay in the shadows. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, it cannot stay in the shadows. You have the tools. You can do this. You can speak on it, let out how you're feeling, etc. You can't stay in this 4 of Cups energy forever. It's just not helpful to you. It's unpleasant, isn't it, to be in that energy? 3 of Cups. I mean, that can be about sharing. Let's encouraging you to share and knowing that sort of encouraging you that if you share, you'll be supported one way or another, whether it is that you are literally supported by the person you speak out to, or you speak out on something and although it causes problems with that person or those people, there are other people around you who will support you. So 3 of Cups. Oh, it's shared. There's something about a big sharing thing here. Shared happiness, support. 6 of Cups, that feels like support as well. Even if there is any kind of disappointment, there's support that comes along with it. Like there might be, as I said, there was something here where it's like having to leave something behind. So, I mean, that for some, if it's not that speaking up, speaking up will create some kind of disappointment or loss somewhere within the situation by the looks of it, if something has to get left behind. Let me get one more after that. But there's still support for you one way or another. And it looks like happiness as well with that 10 of Cups. Again, it looks like support, practical support. I know the 3 of Pentacles is usually about working together. I'd say that is telling, again, it's another indicator, there's support there and you can still make things work. Even if things don't go exactly as planned, you can still make it work. So let's get your final oracle card. So yeah, the advice is basically whatever's needs to be said, it can't be kept in the shadows. It needs to come out and you can do it. You can say it and you can handle the aftermath as well. You'll figure it out. So final message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for February 2024. And as I say, I imagine with the planetary stuff, with Pluto leaving your sign, the sun leaving your sign, the conjunction, it literally amplifies that whatever whatever has to transform, wherever there needs to be a death and a rebirth, you may be feeling that really strongly, like this massive, you might feel like a massive urge that this has to change, this has to be different, I have to do this to change such and such. You might really be feeling that. Again, feel free to share in the comments your story on that, if that resonates with you. But let's get your final card of advice. I swear you've got two, and I'm hoping for one. You've got two. Right, I am going to read Heaven Sent. I'm only going to read one. They're really long, and it's hard to take it all in when there's so much. Receiving, it is basically receiving. It's receptivity. This can reference the support that it said is here available for you in terms of receiving. It's like, remember I said nothing ventured, nothing gained? If you give it a go, you'll receive something. Not sure what, but you'll receive something. And then we'll do Heaven Sent, because that's a bit more ambiguous, isn't it? Okay, so let's get the book for that. So Heaven Sent says, just as we receive gifts in the physical world through the thoughtfulness of others to acknowledge how much we mean to them, so too we receive gifts on other levels, including the spiritual level. A spiritual gift is something that happens through grace. We can ask for help, and it may be given in response to that request. All requests for help are answered. A spiritual gift can also be given without us asking for anything at all. At least it is our hearts that cry out for help. Sorry, a message just came up on the camera then, and I don't know what it is. I'm going to continue, and hopefully everything's okay. A spiritual gift is something that happens through grace. We can ask for help, and it may be given in response to that request. All requests for help are answered. A spiritual gift can also be given without us asking for anything at all, at least not consciously. Sometimes it is our hearts that cry out for help while we are busy getting on with our to-do lists. We don't often stop to think about what our hearts might need. If we do, and an immediate solution is not obvious, we just get on with life, either letting the issue be or taking the more painful option of dwelling on it without seeing how it might be resolved. However, there is a loving benevolence in life that knows exactly what we need and how it can best come to us, even when we are not quite so clear. This force actively seeks to assist us in walking our life path. That loving sweetness is being offered to you now, or soon will be, in the form of a spiritual gift. Your spiritual gift may be symbolic. It may be something that seems ordinary but holds a lot of meaning to you. It might be an object that catches your eye and mesmerizes you. You might think you are appreciating how lovely it looks, but it is the underlying energy that captures you. Something in the appearance, color, or shape speaks to you and is perhaps answering an unspoken prayer. It is not the object that is the gift, that is just the wrapping. The actual gift is subtle yet effective empowerment. It is like a spiritual booster shot that helps you move forward in life with additional zing, extra strength, and greater peace. You will be empowered to accomplish tasks that you may have nearly but not quite been able to manage on your own through the bestowal of a spiritual gift. The spiritual gift may or may not be recognizable to you. It may be very obvious. An offer, a windfall, a trip, a friendship, a new lover, or a remarkable healing in a current relationship. It might be far more subtle and even more powerful, such as a jolt of energy that allows you to perceive things differently all of a sudden, and perhaps solve a problem that has been plaguing you. It will be bestowed as and when it is needed in the form that will best serve the love in you. This oracle also brings you the message, let yourself be helped. Assistance is coming your way, so act on it and say yes. If you have also drawn the oracle of collaborative dreaming, then this message is amplified. It is very significant, as the assistance is coming from the hand of life itself. Trust it. This oracle also comes with the message that you are to trust in the things that you feel and say to others without knowing why. It moves them. You might not understand, but through trust, you are allowing yourself not to overthink and censor yourself. As such, you are able to become a vessel through which the spiritual gift can be passed on to others. Don't block yourself. Let life happen through you. Only benefit can come from this. If you have drawn any other card in addition to this one, it acts as a wild card and an amplifier. Whenever you draw the Oracle of Heaven Sent in addition to another card, the universe really wants your attention. It is saying, look, Love is speaking to you directly here, so pay attention. Really feel the truth of what is being said and trust it. You are being helped. It is simple to receive the gift that is headed your way. The healing process below will activate that for you. That's a really interesting message. I mean, as I was reading, I was thinking, what the hell has this got to do with anything? But you may feel that whatever comes from, I can see my candle's gone as well, but I'm not going to relight it now, it's the end. Whatever it is that you want or desire, that can be your gift. It's whatever you feel is valuable, whatever you feel is worthwhile, whatever you feel that your heart wants, that's your gift. Even just the courage to speak up can be the gift itself as well. It did give specific examples, didn't it? Or examples that might be relevant. Windfall, trip, friendship and offer, new lover, healing in a relationship. As examples, trust was important is in this as well, saying trust it. And again, I think I will just say, as to wrap up this reading, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I think that's it. That's all I can say, and I think that's going to be your title as well. So I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Thank you for watching. Take care, Capricorn.